It's a big India Today impact story. After India Today's explosive sting operation revealed Karnataka MLAs demanding up to 10 crore rupees to cross-vote during Rajya Sabha elections. All eyes now are on the Election Commission. The Karnataka Chief Election Officer will submit his report on Rajya Sabha Bazaar to the poll panel in the national capital today. Meanwhile, the Election Commission too is gearing up to write to the government to be granted powers to countermand elections whenever there is adequate proof of money power being used to influence elections. Let me now take you to our managing editor Rahul Kamal for all the details on this explosive story.
Hello and welcome. Over the next 1 hour, we will look at the national ramifications of the big India Today investigation, Rajya Sabha Bazaar. An India Today expose that showed MLAs asking for money to swing their votes in the Rajya Sabha elections, which will be conducted on the 11th of June. At this time, the Election Commission is taking a very close look at whether these elections should be countermanded. Half a dozen former chief election commissioners have come out and said that these elections need to be cancelled because the atmosphere has been completely vitiated. Let me begin this broadcast by getting you the top reactions to this big India Today investigation.
It's the sensational investigation that has shaken up the very foundation of our democracy. Karnataka MLAs got on camera demanding crores to cross-vote during the upcoming Rajya Sabha elections and openly advocating horse trading.
We won't vote at any cost. That's simple.
Money is coming. That is not the issue for independence.
Sir, what is your expectation?
नहीं करोड़ 2 करोड़ रुपए में वोट कोई नहीं डालता।
हम पॉलिटिकल मैच भी देख लें।
पॉलिटिकल मैच भी देख लें।
ये अब क्या?
पॉलिटिकल मैच करते हैं।
ये जो राज्य सभा इलेक्शन का मैच।
Tomorrow totally we will see and discuss with you.
Okay.
On the picture.
Since India Today broadcast this explosive sting operation, there have been a series of substantial impacts. The Election Commission has examined the sting operation footage submitted by India Today and convened an emergency meeting. Sources have told India Today that the poll panel is now gearing up to write to the government to be granted powers that will allow it to countermand the election whenever there's adequate proof of money power being used to influence polls.
सर 1 मिनट सर 1 मिनट सर राज्य सभा चुनाव क्या पोस्टपोन करने वाले हैं?
Even as the Election Commission deliberates countermanding the election for 4 Karnataka Rajya Sabha seats, the chorus is growing for the polls to be cancelled.
ये बताना चाहूँगा कि इलेक्शन कमीशन जो है बहुत ही वाइज लोगों की होती है। इनके पास बड़ा तजर्बा है। कोई पहलू ऐसा नहीं है जो इनकी निगाह से बचता है। वो जो भी इलेक्शन कमीशन फैसला करेगी सोच समझ के करेगी और
India Today's sting operation has quaked the political establishment. Jolted into action, a Congress delegation led by Digvijay Singh met the Election Commission.
We have met Honorable Central Election Commission regarding the said sting operation. We have requested the Central Election Commission to allow the election to go on.
Fearing horse trading ahead of the 11th June election, the Congress has moved 14 independent MLAs from Karnataka to a 5-star hotel in Mumbai. The group of MLAs is led by Yashwantpur MLA Soma Shekhar and will only return to Karnataka a day before voting.
There is no transaction which has taken place. There is no concrete evidence taken place, and a mere sting operation cannot create that kind of an evidence.
India Today's investigation has exposed 2 JDS MLAs demanding up to 10 crore rupees to vote for the Congress in the Rajya Sabha election. Even though party chief H.D. Devegowda is defending his stated MLAs, his son and party general secretary are calling for polls to be countermanded.
The way in which it is going now, I think election
if Commission took the decision about postponing the election, I think that will be fair enough.
Parliament's worst kept secret is now out. Rajya Sabha seats for sale for a price. The big question is, will the Election Commission step in to clean up the rot and countermand this tainted election? With Pratibha Raman in Bengaluru, Bureau Report, India Today.
Got breaking news coming in at this time that the election commissioners in Delhi of the election commission are meeting to discuss this India Today investigation, looking at the possibility of countermanding the polls. Joining me on this broadcast right now, Danish Ali, he's the Secretary General of the Janata-Dal Secular. With us also on this broadcast, Rajiv Gowda, he's a Member of Parliament in the Rajya Sabha with the Congress Party. Sudhanshu Mittal from the Bharatiya Janata Party. Raghav Chadha is a spokesperson for AAP. But I want to go across first to my colleague in India Today, his Executive Editor Javed Ansari. He's been tracking this meeting. Be cancelled.
Look, this is what they are looking at, whether under the existing law they can countermand this election or not. It's very clear that they can countermand as far as Lok Sabha and Assembly elections are concerned, where there's been large-scale rigging or violence. The law is a bit hazy as far as bribery is concerned. This is what they are looking at. They've sought legal advice. They're putting their heads together, and hopefully they'll come up with a decision sooner rather than later.
Okay, what we're also learning from our sources is that the Election Commission is in the process of writing to the Law Ministry in the Modi government asking for an amendment to the Representation of People's Act. Section 58A is what they want amended, because currently the Election Commission has no powers to cancel an election because money has been seized or because money is being exchanged before polling. Remember, in Tamil Nadu very recently, 2 assembly elections were cancelled, but that happened under Article 324 of the Indian Constitution, where the Election Commission invoked its special powers. From the EC.
Yes, that's precisely the case, and that's what the EC wants the Law Ministry and the Government of India to address. They are in the process of sending a note to the Law Ministry, and they hope that the Law Ministry and the government will act upon it so that come the monsoon session of Parliament, this will be taken up on a priority basis. The People's Representation Act 1951 will have to be amended to bring in this kind of provision to empower the EC to act in situations like this.
Before I go across to my guest, thanks Javed. Before I want to go across to my guest, I want to take you through the numbers game as it stands at this time. Why is it at the end of the day that all this horse trading is required? What is it that the various parties are trying to do? Let me take you inside the numbers game for this election. Let me start with the Congress party. Remember, the Congress in the Karnataka Assembly has 123 members, which essentially assures them 3 candidates, because if you've got 45 candidates, you can send, if you've got 45 MLAs, you can send 1 Rajya Sabha candidate through. So they're assured of 2 candidates. Seats that they are assured of winning are 2, but they've put in 3 candidates. For the 3rd candidate, who's a former police officer, they need 12 extra votes. So remember, the Congress has to find some way of bringing in 12 extra votes. Whereas if it's the Bharatiya Janata Party, their strength in the assembly is 14. They have 1 Rajya Sabha candidate who they are certain that they can take. And I think there's a problem with that. Secular, their strength is 40. They've put 1 candidate as well. Complicates things for the Janata-Dal Secular. This evening, should the Election Commission countermand the elections to the Rajya Sabha from Karnataka because of this big India Today investigation? I'm joined on this broadcast by Dr. S.Y. Qureshi, former Chief Election Commissioner of India. With us also is Danish Ali, Secretary General of the Janata-Dal Secular. Rajiv Gowda is the Member of Parliament from the Rajya Sabha of the Congress Party. Sudhanshu Mittal represents the BJP. Raghav Chadha is with the Aam Aadmi Party. I want to get you though first the reaction that we saw, completely shocking reaction in my view, from Digvijay Singh, the Congress's all-powerful General Secretary, who led a delegation to the Election Commission this morning and said he sees no reason for the election to be countermanded. Now, is this because they believe that the Congress is likely to win, or is it actually because they're okay with MLAs being tainted, cash being exchanged? Makes no difference. Take a look at this.
We have met Honorable Central Election Commission regarding the said sting operation in Karnataka Rajya Sabha elections. We have requested the Central Election Commission to allow the election to go on because there is no evidence which led to the countermanding of the Rajya Sabha elections in Jharkhand, where cash was recovered from the...
Completely shocking this. The Congress party sees nothing wrong. They see no reason for these elections to be countermanded. I want to go to Dr. S.Y. Qureshi. Does this seem born out of a technical, legal understanding of the situation, or is it driven more, in your view, by the primary desire to see their candidate go through? The Congress feels their man is winning and therefore see no reason for the election to be countermanded, Dr. Qureshi.
I would not comment on the desire, but the legal technicality, yes. The difference between Jharkhand and now is that there we had caught money in the morning on the poll day. Here they are only talking of money, and as I had mentioned earlier, the law said that there should be an attempt to commit a crime or there should be a commission of a crime. Intention to commit a crime is an offence only in the case of dacoity. Now, the Election Commission has very wise people. They will have all the facts. They have both the versions in front of them. They have the evidence. They have the tapes from the TV channel. They will come to a very good conclusion, and they have a lot of time to decide that.
No, you're one of the most prominent chief election commissioners of recent time, Dr. Qureshi. Tell me, in your view, what are the provisions of the Representation of People's Act that have been violated? Ceteris paribus, things being the way they are. Is there enough reason for Naseem Zaidi and the two men who helm the EC to cancel this poll or not, sir?
Well, you know, there is here the problem is for Rajya Sabha there is no model code of conduct, unfortunately, because we never visualize a situation when even the MLAs will be bought and sold. We have a model code of conduct, very elaborate model code of conduct for other elections where the slightest bribe, corruption, even the hint of it attracts action. But in this case, we had nothing to fall back on, except that we saw that there was a lot of talk of horse trading. In Jharkhand, then we put our barriers and we were lucky to catch some money, actually the traveling in the hands of the son-in-law of an independent candidate. Here, of course, the technicality is that whether the evidence, as they say, law is an ass. Law requires hard evidence, which therefore we have to see whether attempt to commit crime has happened, whether a commission has happened. So that is the technicality probably which they are talking about.
No,
And
you're
I'm
dodging
sure
my question. You're dodging my question, Dr. Qureshi. You're dodging my question. My question is straight.
No.
I'll repeat it for you.
Tell me.
Do you believe things do you believe things being the way they are, Dr. Qureshi? Should this election, in your view, be cancelled or not, sir?
Well, you know, that is what I would like to answer, that even if I was in the chair, we do not act just entirely on the basis of what we see on the TV channel. Suppose somebody said that the sting operations are doctored, it should be tested in a lab. Therefore, Election Commission does not act on impulse, especially when they have some time, and we have to satisfy the requirement of the law. Also remember that Election Commission acts within the ambit of law, and all our decisions are subject to judicial review. Fortunately for this Election Commission, they have two good precedents. One, that Election Commission in 2012 itself in Jharkhand, they had taken the decision to countermand election, unprecedented in
Dr.
60 years.
Qureshi, when we had you on our show on Friday, you were very unambiguous. Dr. Qureshi, when we had you on our show on Friday, you said very clearly the election should be cancelled. What's changed between Friday and now, where you were earlier certain, you certainly seem to be hedging? Why is that?
No. No, not at all. Because you said how Election Commission will be reacting. I'm talking on behalf of the Election Commission. Prima facie, my view is that it's very clearly the horse trading is happening.
So you believe still that there is reason for this election to be cancelled, Dr. Qureshi? Before I go to my other guests, I want to reiterate once again. So you're saying, in your esteemed view, there is enough reason for this election to be cancelled?
In two stages. First, it should be postponed immediately, and once they are equipped with more evidence, then they should look at countermanding. And I think there is a good case for that.
Okay, you're saying there is a good case for countermanding these elections. That sets the stage now for our debate. I want to go across to Rajiv Gowda first, because your party senior, Digvijay Singh, took a very shocking position. He said that nothing is vitiated. There is no reason for these polls to be cancelled. Is this only self-interest of the Congress party speaking? Because the atmosphere is very clearly vitiated. Our investigation shows cash is being sought for. Despite that, the Congress taking a totally unprincipled stand. Why is that, Rajiv Gowda?
Rahul, you've got it all wrong. The Congress party is taking a principled stand here. We have the numbers and the support to elect 3 candidates. There are other parties who are possibly trying to entice independent MLAs. That has nothing to do with us.
You don't have the numbers, Rajiv Gowda. I'm going to put this in context. One second. Don't say you have the numbers, because you don't have the numbers. I will show you just in a moment from now the numbers that we actually have. Just one second. Just one second, Rajiv Gowda. I have it here. 1 second. Stay with me as I show this to our viewers. Stay with me, Rajiv. Here is the situation for the Congress party. You have 123 MLAs in the assembly. You need 45 MLAs to get 1 candidate through. You've put up 3 candidates. The number of seats that you're actually capable of winning is only 2. So the extra votes required for your 3rd candidate to go through is 12. Now, where are these 12 MLAs going to come from? This is where the horse trading begins. Because if you didn't have a 3rd candidate, there'd be no problem. Because you put up a 3rd candidate, it is because of that there is a problem. Where are you going to get these 12 MLAs from, honestly, and without having to buy them?
Rahul, 2 years ago, I was elected at a time when the situation was somewhat like what you were talking about. Since then, many independent MLAs have become associate members of the Congress Legislature Party. Our numbers have gone up. More MLAs have offered to support us, and so as far as we're concerned, we absolutely have the numbers. The JDS had 40 MLAs. There are 5 MLAs of the JDS who have turned rebel. The JDS should not have put up a candidate in this election. That is what confusion, and it appears, as you could see, with JDS MLAs making statements on your sting operation saying they want to sell their votes for money. We are not interested in their votes. We are not interested in any transaction of any kind. We have the numbers.
Danish Ali, let's hear from the Janata Dal Secular. Let's hear from the Janata Dal Secular. You've got 40 MLAs. You're down to 35. 5 of them have rebelled. To get a candidate through, you need 10 extra votes, which is why your votes are being bought and sold. Why is the JDS candidate still in the fray? If you withdraw, this horse trading will end.
Rahul, I am really surprised that Congress, as a grand old party of this country, is doing all these things in Karnataka. We are condemning what was happening in Uttarakhand and Arunachal Pradesh, and the same thing they are doing in Karnataka. So there can't be 2 yardsticks. Number 1. Number 2, why we are demanding the countermand of this election is, see, heaven will not fall down if this election is countermanded. 2 candidates have caught on camera talking about the unethical means, talking about how the horse trading is taking place. It's on the camera. If this election takes place, either of the one is going to sit in Rajya Sabha. The question of the credibility of the institution of Rajya Sabha, of the parliament, is in question.
No, which is all well and good. But you should be telling this to your party boss. Instead of preaching on TV, Danish Ali, you should be telling your party boss, Deve Gowda, this, who, despite being a former Prime Minister, clearly seems to believe there's nothing wrong in buying and selling MLAs. That's the way he believes it happens. This is very, very disturbing. Is this not reason enough for this election to be cancelled? Can we allow such candidates to go through who've openly engaged in buying and selling votes? I'll talk about this when I come back on the other side of a very quick break. You're watching Rajya Sabha Bazaar. This is an India Today investigation. On India Today, you're watching the Rajya Sabha Bazaar. This is an India Today special investigation. I want to go across to Raghav Chadha, spokesperson from the Aam Aadmi Party. You've heard the Congress believe that the JDS is at fault. The JDS believes the Congress is at fault. They're both equally guilty of being in the same situation. Both parties have been accused of buying and selling MLAs. Do you believe that what S.Y. Qureshi is saying is correct, that there is enough reason for this election to be countermanded, Raghav?
Well, Rahul, absolutely. I completely agree with Qureshi Saab. This election needs to be countermanded, and in fact, I will put across 4 demands that the Aam Aadmi Party's Karnataka unit has already submitted to the Chief Electoral Officer of the Election Commission of Karnataka, requesting him to, number 1, countermand the Rajya Sabha elections, because the entire atmosphere is vitiated, and a free and fair atmosphere is a sacrosanct prerequisite for any voting or electoral process to be carried out. Number 2, all the MLAs who are being exposed by irregular stings telecasted on your channel and various other media reports, their role needs to be investigated, and pending such inquiry, they must be debarred from participating in this election. Number 3, the candidates who are in question, who are filing their nomination for Rajya Sabha and who stand to be thoroughly exposed, should be debarred from contesting any elections pending an inquiry. And lastly, the membership to the Karnataka Legislative Assembly should be cancelled vis-a-vis those MLAs who have been found to be guilty in these investigations. Now, we have approached the electoral officer. We are tomorrow approaching the Speaker of the Karnataka Legislative Assembly.
What did the electoral officer tell you when you met him? What did the electoral officer tell the AAP when they met him?
Well, he certainly... Yes, he spoke, yes. The delegation was led by the Aam Aadmi Party Karnataka unit convener Shri Prithvi Reddy. We handed over a memorandum. He duly accepted that and he said that he will certainly look into the matter and proceed. Now we are hearing that the Election Commission has sought certain videotapes as well as the raw footage, and they are taking cognizance of all these things. I also agree with Qureshi Saab that the Representations of People Act and the powers given to the Election Commission are such that they can not only disqualify certain voters from participating in this electoral process, but they can also countermand the elections. And lastly, let me also say this, that the logic given by the Congress party is so bizarre. They are essentially saying that there is no personal gratification because the exchange of money was not caught on camera. They are saying that there is no quid pro quo because the freshly minted currency was not caught on camera, and their logics are bizarre, unprincipled, unethical, as well as expose how Rajya Sabha seats have been traded all throughout.
It seems the Congress is okay with this. Does it seem, Rajiv Gowda, that the Congress is okay with this? You're saying these independent... Rajiv, you're one second. Hear my question, Rajiv Gowda. Hear my question before you respond. You are saying, Rajiv Gowda, hear my question before you answer. Because you're making it seem as if these MLAs have suddenly had a change of heart. They see the goodness of the Congress party and therefore without gratification they're voting for you. We've seen in the investigation how they're asking for between 5 and 10 crore rupees. People will view these claims with suspicion.
8 of them have already become associate members of the Congress party. Many others have been working with us. I myself, my old family constituency is represented by an independent MLA who is also supporting us. There is no question of any quid pro quo. There's no we condemn any
one second, Rajiv. Let's do the maths, Rajiv. Let's not talk in general. Let's talk about specifics. Rajiv Gowda, hear me. Rajiv Gowda, hear me. Rajiv, hear me. Let's assume what you're saying. Rajiv, hear me. Rajiv Gowda, hear me. You can't outshout me. Hear me, please. If I assume that what you're saying is correct, you're short of 12, you've got 8, okay? You still need 4. Who are these 4 who are coming to you? Why are they coming to you? They believe in the vision and the ideology of the Congress party. They believe in the leadership of Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, which is why these 4 MLAs will support you. Who are these 4 MLAs? Why will they support you?
They are interested in re-election, they are interested in development activity. They want the Congress party, and which is the ruling party, to be supportive of their activities. The Congress party is supportive of all MLAs, regardless of political party. So it is their perception that by coming with us, they will get some more benefit or something like that. That is their perception.
Okay,
The
I want to
basic
go across to
point is that they are
Sudhanshu.
with us,
Sudhanshu
and
Mittal of
eight
the
them have already
BJP is
come
with
to
us. Okay, you're
So there
still
is no
4 short.
question-
Okay,
there
you're
is
still
no
4 short.
question
Even
of
if 8 have
trading,
come to
there
you,
is nothing.
you are 4
There is
short.
no-
You are
We are
4
not.
short.
We are
Even
not.
if 8 have come to you,
We are
you are 4
absolutely
short.
not 4 short.
Sudhanshu
We have
Mittal,
everyone.
Sudhanshu Mittal, I'm confused about the position. Sudhanshu Mittal, I'm confused about the
We are
position
not.
the
Do your
BJP
math.
is taking
Do
on
your
this,
math.
because this is a position which requires morality, which requires integrity, which requires principles. I heard GVL Narasimha Rao, who came on our channel and said the BJP demands these elections be countermanded. Then I heard you saying that there is no reason for elections to be countermanded. So I'm now thoroughly confused. Does GVL speak for the party or does Sudhanshu Mittal speak for the party? Do you believe, because of horse trading being shown on camera by India Today, that these elections need to be countermanded, Sudhanshu?
I think you've not got me right. I was talking about a larger issue, that Karnataka is just symptomatic of the larger menace.
I'm right now talking about
Secondly,
a specific
these
issue.
elections should be
I'll deal with the
countermanded
larger
because-
issue. No, 1 second, Sudhanshu. I'm asking you a direct question. Do you believe, on the basis of the investigation India Today has put out, that there is enough material evidence at hand for this election from the Rajya Sabha for 4 candidates to be cancelled? Yes or no? Sudhanshu Mittal. Let the BJP respond directly, please.
Rahul, I definitely believe that these elections should be countermanded. So, having said that, I'm appalled at the stance which the Congress has taken, which has been eloquently expressed by Mr. Digvijay Singh. He's trying to trivialize the expose and the sting operation which has happened, saying that what has been shown is nothing. There's no wrongdoing, there's no criminality which has been committed, so nothing should happen. It saddens me. I've just heard Mr. Rajiv Gowda, and I think what he talks is a challenge to anyone's sensibility. Mr. Gowda, if you have the numbers, why is it that you would like to buy these 2 MLAs of the JDS who have been caught on the sting? Who's trading with them? Who's negotiating with them? Not God. It is your Congress candidate who's negotiating with them. So if you had the numbers, if you did not need them,
Absolutely.
if you had everybody
Absolutely.
supporting you, sir,
If
then why are these MLAs
Nobody is offering
being
to buy
sought
their
to be
votes, perhaps
purchased
you are.
by your
And so
candidate?
there is no reason
that,
when we have
sir,
committed
sir,
nothing
allow me to
wrong
finish.
for us
I do
to
not speak in
suffer here.
between. Allow me to finish. Mr.
Well,
Rajiv Gowda, please be decent.
You're
Allow me
making
to
a wrong
finish.
statement.
So the Congress candidate is trying to purchase JDS candidates for astronomical sums like 10 crores.
1 second, Rajiv Gowda, you can't
That's
pretend
the
as if it's
reality of
not
the
happening.
sting.
It baffles
And
me.
what is Mr.
If the candidate, one second, gentlemen.
That is
If the
absolutely
candidate
wrong.
of the
He's challenging
Janata
our
Dal
sensibility.
Secular
He's challenging
is on
our
record,
basic intelligence.
saying that he's being offered 3 crore rupees. He's asking for 5. Who is offering him this 3 crore rupees? There are only 2 candidates. There's a Congress candidate, there's a JDS candidate.
Not us.
If the JDS
Not
candidate
us.
is saying he's being
Not
offered
us.
money,
I'm
who?
afraid it's not us. It must be the
Why
BJP
will somebody
or
who's
the
not
JDS
even
itself.
contesting the
It
election
is not
offer
us.
money?
I
Why will
categorically-
somebody who's not even
We are
contesting
not-
the elections?
We are not interested.
No,
We
1
are
second. Rajiv Gowda.
categorically denying
Rajiv
that.
Gowda.
Rahul,
Let's
if there
talk
is something
logically.
called- If there
I
is
mean,
something
in your
called
bizarre-
if there is something
bizarre
called paid
defense,
news,
don't challenge
does
our
that automatically mean that you're on somebody's payroll? What nonsense!
There's no comparison.
I'm sorry.
There is no
I'm
comparison,
sorry.
Rajiv Gowda.
We have-
Rajiv
I
Gowda, you went to IIM.
denied-
You're a very
There
educated
is no
person.
question.
What you're
There
saying
is no
baffles
question.
me. It makes no sense. There are only 2.
Yes, yes.
Let me just
So
put
on
my
what
guest down.
basis?
1 second. 1 second.
On
Can I
what
explain this?
basis?
Can I explain this
Why
to my
are you
guest?
assuming?
Can I explain this to my
we are-
viewers, please? Can I explain this to my viewers, please? There are only 2 candidates in the fray. One of them is from the Janata Dal Secular. One of them is from the Congress party. And if money is being exchanged, it's only one of these 2 candidates. There is no third candidate, because why would somebody who's not even in the fray offer money? Only those people who are in the fray are offering money. If the JDS people are willing to sell out, you just imagine for yourself, who would they sell out to? They're not selling out to Nirmala Sitharaman. She doesn't even need their support. So who are they selling out to? Rajiv Gowda, even though the sting doesn't show certain things, what it shows is very significant, and I'm afraid the Congress is trying to dismiss it most unfairly, and that will not fly, because what you're saying is not acceptable. It doesn't make sense.
This is a slur on a Congress party. This is something that is absolutely untrue. We have absolutely no connection with that JDS MLA. We are not interested in buying or selling.
Let me show the numbers.
Nonsense. We are focusing on the support that we have, and we will win on that basis. I'm telling you that the numbers are in our favor, boss. You speak to every independent and you'll get the answer. Don't give me these numbers.
Okay, I want to show this to our viewers once again because, you know, the numbers are complex, but we're trying to simplify them here in India Today. I will explain this again. Here is the picture for the Congress party. They have 123 MLAs. They've put up 3 candidates. For each Rajya Sabha candidate to go through, you need 45 seats. So 2 of their candidates go through automatically. They are assured of winning 2 seats. For the third, they need 12. Even if we believe what Rajiv Gowda is saying, that they've got 8 MLAs who are supporting them, they're still 4 short. Who are these 4? Why will they support them? Let's come to the second slide in this. This deals with the BJP now. The BJP has 44, not 14. This is 44. They need 45 to get one person through, so the only extra vote they need is 1, which could be one of the Reddy brothers. We are told those 3 MLAs, one of them could support. Here is the Janata Dal Secular. They are down to 40, out of which 5 have rebelled, so they are down to actually 35. They need 10 to go through. So therefore, they need 5 if all the JDS MLAs vote for them, and if 5 have rebelled, then they need 10. So that's the picture, the way it stands. S.Y. Qureshi, I want to hear from you on what Rajiv Gowda is saying, because he's making it seem as if, you know, they're talking about money, the JDS people are willing to sell out, but we are not buying. And the reality is, the sting doesn't show the Congress MLA pay them money, but it talks about how offers are being made to them. Surely, if offers are being made and they're willing to sell their vote, if there are only 2 candidates, you just need to do your maths. The rest of it is very obvious. Is it not, Dr. Qureshi?
Well, obviously, what we are seeing is quite dubious, and a lot of horse trading is happening. There is no doubt about it. But as I said, that since law requires some evidence, and which is why Election Commission will be careful, on the basis of just a TV report, we don't act. And that's why they're investigating, and they will come to a correct conclusion without doubt.
Okay, I want to go across now to my colleague in Bengaluru, Pratibha Raman. She's been working really hard over the past 72 hours, keeping our viewers abreast of every single political development, from the Chief Minister's interview to getting people like Deva Gowda, Kumaraswamy to speak to us. First, Pratibha Raman, is the report of the Chief Electoral Officer of Karnataka ready? We know he's looking very carefully at the India Today investigation. Has his report completed? Is he looking for more details? What else does he need? When will his report be ready, Pratibha?
Well, in fact, there is no such deadline that has been given to the Election Commission as such, but then the sooner the better is what the instructions that has been handed over to the Karnataka Election Commission here. But yes, they have been waiting for the complete input so they could analyze it and submit their report at the earliest. But as of now, the inputs have just come in today, and based on which the report sooner or later would be submitted. But the key question is, Rahul, what kind of stringent action will it actually lead to? Will that actually tantamount to countermanding the elections or not is the key question here.
Okay, now we heard Danish Ali, who's with us on this broadcast, say unless Deve Gowda agrees to countermanding elections, he will leave the JDS. You spoke to Kumaraswamy today. What did he say? Is he willing to consider countermanding the elections, or will Danish Ali have to leave his party?
Well, in fact, to an extent, he did agree with what Danish Ali said, that considering that there has been some amount of a sting that has been captured on camera, you have enough evidence here in the form of footage where there is corruption and money that is involved here. So yes, H.D. Kumaraswamy did speak to us and agree with the fact that Danish Ali must be supported and that countermanding of the elections must also be supported here.
So is this the view of Deve Gowda, or do the father and son Danish Ali not get along? Because I know politically their views are very divergent. That divergence has been established many times in the past. Kumaraswamy partly agreeing with you. Does the dad agree as well?
Rahul, my stand has been vindicated within my party, and I hope the other parties will come on board for cancelling, countermanding this election.
Kumaraswamy is not your party. Former Prime Minister Deve Gowda still remains your chief. Still remains your chief. Have you spoken to Deve Gowda? Is Deve Gowda prepared to ask for countermanding these elections?
You send your cameraman.
He's running away from our cameraman. He's running away from our reporters. Pratibha, you spoke. Okay, one second. Pratibha, I told you to speak to Kumaras. One second. Pratibha, one second. Let me go across to Pratibha as well. Pratibha, we told you to speak to Deve Gowda. You tried. What happened? Danish Ali wants to know why you're not catching Deve Gowda.
Well, Deve Gowda did not allow the media to actually enter his residence as well. In fact, he has kept the media at bay, stating that he wouldn't really come out and give any kind of reaction to the media.
Is Deve Gowda off record also? Okay, so on record he's not said anything, Pratibha. Off record, is he willing to support Danish Ali's demand for countermanding elections, or is it Danish Ali and Kumaraswamy on the one side, the father who's actually the person who has to take the decision on the other? Is that the way it is?
Well, at this point in time, nothing can really be said about it. But yes, H.D. Kumaraswamy has been the spokesperson for both Deve Gowda as well as the party himself. So we'll have to go by what the party says, and that will be coming out only from H.D. Kumaraswamy's mouth. And considering the background of Danish Ali as well as H.D. Deve Gowda has definitely the need to keep quiet at this point in time and make sure that the elections will happen in peace. And at this point in time, he does not want to really give away any kind of a statement that would actually go against the party, not Danish Ali. Rahul.
Okay, I want to play out now that interview my colleague Pratibha did, because Danish Ali should also hear this. And Danish, you just heard Pratibha say H.D. Deve Gowda is not allowing her to come and interview him. So if you can you help us set up this interview, Danish Ali? Can I get Pratibha to speak to you? Can you speak to Mr. Deve Gowda on our behalf and say you want this interview to happen, Danish?
Rahul, I told you day before yesterday, whatever I am writing to the election commission,
I'm asking you a straight question. No, one second. Danish Ali, hear me, Danish Ali, hear me. It's 6:47 just now. We'll be back again at 10 o'clock with this story. Can you in the meanwhile make one call for me to Deve Gowda, asking him to speak to Pratibha? Pratibha will go immediately after the show and interview him. Let's hear from Deve Gowda himself. Can you do that?
Parties will also fall in line.
Can you do that for us? Can you get Deve Gowda to speak to us? Danish Ali, tell me, will you make that call?
Yes, you sent your reporter.
So our reporter's been trying. Sunday she tried, Monday she's tried. No, our reporter's already tried. I'm asking for your help. Can you speak to Deve Gowda? Ask him to speak to my colleague. Danish is not saying anything. Danish, you hear me or you suddenly lost me? Danish? I don't get this. Danish? Suddenly Danish can't hear us. Okay, Danish can't hear me. Okay, let me in the meanwhile get out for you what H.D. Kumaraswamy told my colleague Pratibha Raman in Bengaluru.
So, first of all, there is a set of Congress MLAs who have been kept holed up in Mumbai. What is your reaction to this stuff?
Don't know. Please ask the Chief Minister why they have taken those MLAs and given protection to those MLAs by Congress MLAs. Why they have taken?
In fact, the CM today said that JDS is desperate and that they know that they will be defeated. What's your reaction?
No, JDS party from last 50 years, we have seen defeat. We have seen even gaining. We are not bothered about whether we lose or gain.
Third candidate who's been fielded by the Congress, how do you see that?
Third candidate, Congress High Command, I think, according to my knowledge, they are not interested. But because of local Chief Minister and one of our party MLA, Med Chief Digvijay Singh, they wanted to put one candidate, they wanted to destabilize my party. That is going on.
The EC now wanting to demand that the elections be countermanded. What is your take?
Let us see. Anyway, Election Commission is looking after day-to-day activities. What they will go to the decision, let us wait and watch.
So Mr. Danish Ali also threatening to resign, saying that it has to be countermanded. Do you support him?
No, the way in which it is going now, I think elections, if Commission took the decision about postponing the election, I think that will be fair enough.
Okay, that's important. You just heard from H.D. Kumaraswamy demand that the elections be postponed. He's not saying countermanded, but postponement is a start. Danish Ali, now the only person left is H.D. Devagowda. First tell me, Danish Ali, can you hear me or not? Danish, do you hear me? Danish Ali, do you hear me?
Yes, Rahul, I am hearing you.
Are you sure you can hear me?
Yes,
No problem in my audio?
Yes, Rahul, I am hearing you.
Okay, so here's my question to you, Danish. Can you help set up between 6:50 p.m. and 10 p.m. tonight an interview with H.D. Devagowda? Because the only person in your party who so far hasn't demanded that elections be countermanded, and I see a split here. You and Kumaraswamy seem to be on one side, Devagowda seems to be another. So my request is very simple. Can you help Pratibha Raman get an interview with Devagowda? Can you make that call for us, please, Danish Ali?
Rahul, till yesterday you were saying that Danish Ali, you are alone, you are isolated because
okay, so now you've got one more supporter.
You have an interest.
You still don't have the former Prime Minister on your side.
I told you day before yesterday itself
Danish
that
Ali,
I have written...
You seem to be a master at dodging questions, Danish Ali. Danish Ali, you seem to be a master at dodging questions. I'll ask you again. Can you help between now? Can you help between now and 10 p.m. get Devagowda to speak to us? Can you get between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. Devagowda to speak to us to say that he supports Danish Ali and Kumaraswamy's demand for elections to be postponed? Can you do that for us?
Whether he has is anybody in the JDS has opposed my demand, it's already 3 days now.
No.
It's the third day. I wrote this letter on Saturday. Is from any quarter, if Devagowda ji was opposing my stand,
okay, I hear you. Basically, you're not answering the question. Essentially, you're not answering my question. I hear what you're saying. I want quick final words. I want final words, starting with Raghav Chopra. Clearly, the JDS is split. Raghav Chadda, can you hear me? Because the JDS Raghav is split. We are hearing Kumaraswamy, Danish Ali say one thing, Devagowda saying another. The Congress doesn't want these elections to be cancelled. What if these elections go ahead? Is that acceptable to the Aam Aadmi Party? Raghav Chadda.
Well, Rahul, as I said at the outset, that the atmosphere is completely vitiated, and it will be a mockery of democracy if the elections are not countermanded. I believe with what Mr. Qureshi said, there are ample powers with the Election Commission to countermand the election as well as take action against the MLAs and the potential candidates who have been exposed. Number two, I would also like to say that the JDS, the Congress, the Bharatiya Janata Party and all other parties have essentially become a conduit for the rich and the powerful to enter the Rajya Sabha. Only the money bags get to enter Rajya Sabha. And let's look at the larger question, the larger problem, the larger issue that the Indian democracy is facing. These people are tasked with the responsibility of legislating. They are in the House of Elders, the Council of States, representing the interest of the state, of the people of Karnataka. They are supposed to act as a check and balance. And if you go through, the debates of the Constituent Assembly, you will find the real importance of a house like Rajya Sabha.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that importance is completely diluted and it has essentially become a house for the rich and powerful. I will appeal to the Election Commission to come out with strict norms and create certain procedures and practices so that all these parties which are now entertaining the rich and the powerful should stop, and action should be taken against these parties as well as those candidates who resort to unethical, illegal practices.
Okay, I think the AAP stand is very clear. The BJP stand is very clear. They are demanding elections be countermanded. The Congress is taking a totally in-principle position, possibly because they believe that they are winning, and the JDS is split. We haven't heard from Devagowda. The others are demanding that the elections...
BJP has not demanded countermand. Rahul, BJP has not demanded
No, BJP has. Sudhanshu Mittal just demanded that elections be countermanded.
The Election Commission till today.
Yes, that's a good point. That's a good point. Why is the BJP, Sudhanshu Mittal... That's a very good point. That's a very good point. Sudhanshu Mittal, demanding it on air is one thing, writing to the EC is another. So far, the BJP has not written to the Election Commission. Why can't you take as unambiguous a position as the AAP has taken? Sudhanshu Mittal.
Can I have a chance to speak?
Yes, you must, Sudhanshu.
Can I have a chance to speak?
You must.
All kind of frivolous allegations are being levelled. First I heard Mr. Chadda. Now I hear Mr. Danish Ali. Mr. Danish Ali, you were not given a ticket, and a ticket was given by your party to a Congress MLA's brother because he had money back with him. You just heard Mr. Dev Gowda's son saying, why is the Congress taking away the 14 independent MLAs so that you could not buy them? What stands are we looking at here?
Okay.
I'm amazed. Rahul, and as far as the rich are concerned,
no, why don't you?
Also have
Sudhanshu, you are saying everything except what I asked you. I asked you, why are you not writing to the Election Commission? Why does the BJP not write to the Election Commission asking for these polls to be cancelled? Sudhanshu, answer the question. I have only 20 seconds.
This is... Yeah, this is the real question. This is a suggestion which has come. I will put forward.
This suggestion came very long ago. So far, the BJP
can you just allow me to speak, Mr. Ali?
No, I'll be back at 10 o'clock. Okay, we have a lot more to talk about, but we also have other news stories to bring up, viewers. So this is where I'm ending this broadcast. The BJP needs to do a lot. It needs to officially write to the Election Commission. It's convenient to come on TV, demand that elections be countermanded, but they need to walk the talk, write to the Election Commission. So far, they haven't done that. Also, the JDS needs to be united. Right now, the JDS is split. The Election Commission itself needs to take a decision. So we have a lot more to talk about. Right now, we're slipping into a break. I want to thank my guests. I'll be back at 10 p.m. with more on this. News and updates will continue when we come back. Stay with us.